What's going on, lads and ladies? Today I want to bring you a live commentary of a race that I've literally just done, just finished up now, and my god, was it a fucking good race. I won't spoil too much, but Autopolis, Daily Race C right now, there's a lot of different strategies you can take depending on what car you're using and like where you start from. So real quick, I just want to say that I'm starting on the medium tire. The mediums and the softs are available to you, and you have to use both tire compounds. Of course, the softs you can get an X amount of laps out of, so you want to try and balance out and use the softs to the full advantage. You want to use the softs as much as you can for as long as you can and get the most out of them. So here we are, guys. We're starting off. I'm in the Toyota 86, very good on tyre wear. Fuel not an issue in this race, as always with Daily Race C. You can see me sort of dart off there. I didn't want to make any moves here. I wanted to sort of pull away with the front guys, because I think most of us were actually on the mediums, besides a couple of the boys up the very front. So the rest of us was just sort of trailing in the slipstream. But yeah, so. Livery shout out goes to one of my friends, Katori Laivu. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but my god, does he make some awesome liveries, and I rock him on pretty much all of my racing cars and drift cars. So as some keen-eyed viewers might have noticed, door number 12 for this race. I'm racing with a couple of A and A plus drivers, and as most of you might know, my driver rating took an absolute dive ever since the penalty system was bad from yonks ago, maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, when it was like started to become really bad, and then when it got extremely bad in the recent couple of months, my driver rating took a humongous dive, and I actually got reset to DE, I believe, which was like ridiculous, and 99% of the time it wasn't even my fault for accidents I was having, and I was getting penalised for it, and massive SR drop. But never mind, we're not focusing on that today. We are focusing, however, on this race. So we're about to complete our first lap. Group 4 in Autopolis. I nearly said Interlagos because I was looking at my other replays, and like 90% of them are Interlagos, because god, I love that track. But anyway, so here we are heading on to the second lap. As you can see here, Lee is sort of going for a move here, but he was always not that great under brakes, where I was extremely good under brakes, running a little wide. That's kind of sketchy on this track. You don't really want to dip anything too far off and head onto the dirt, because it will spin you around, and has to me multiple times. But yeah, there's a perfect example of me just being really good on the brakes here. Like, I'm on the medium tyre. I'm not sure if Beak is or not, but I didn't really mean to make contact there, but I'm just so much better on the brake than this McGann, and I'm at the moment now, I know I'm under pressure from Lee, because Lee and I have had a pretty good race, a couple of races prior to this, and I've been doing Daily Race C quite consistently today. But I know Lee and I had a very good race, and we were sort of similar paced. But here I see him move over, but I trust my brakes, and sure enough, I pull that gap under brakes, but then he's going to reel me back in down the straight thanks to slipstream. So, but yeah, as I'm saying, I'm trying to get past Beak here. I really want to make a move. I really want to get out of, I really want to get Lee out of my slipstream. I just want him gone. Like, I want to get as far ahead of him as I can, because I know for a fact that Lee and I are on the same strat. He's on the mediums right now as well, looking to go to the softs early and make the most of it. That's the plan with this strategy anyway. So here we are, coming down to this lovely little section. This is perfect for me, but also perfect for both all cars in the shop right now. The 4C and the McGann Trophy, they're all so good in corners. So here we are, headed down, finishing the second lap, headed down the straight now. I believe Beak's actually I only just have his slipstream. Look at that livery, it's so mesmerising. So we are under brakes, and now I'm pulling a gap to Lee, which is really good for me. I noticed that they were having a fight for 6th place here, or P. Steve, as most of the British guys will know it as. But I noticed that, yeah, they were having a fight, so I really tried to extend the gap to Lee here. And So I'm trying to work with Beak, trying to get him, but I know I was way better under brake, so I try and take a tighter line here, head deep, and then come back in for a cutback, but unfortunately it just doesn't work, and I get stuck. And now Lee's starting to pull that gap again from the 4C behind him, so I really have to get a wriggle on. I really have to get a move on here, but anyway, headed up. Just really trying to stick on the back. I don't actually know if Beak's on the softs. I can check. Yeah, I'll quickly check. I'll just display all. I love the Gran Turismo replay. It's so awesome. It's kind of hard to explain just how awesome it really is, but now, okay, yeah, L2 on that wheel. I don't have a controller plugged in. So yeah, he's on mediums as well, Beak is. So we're both battling, we're both on pace. I feel like I'm much quicker than him, so I was really looking to make a move. But here's a little hidden secret. This is my in lap, so I'm headed into the pits this lap. So we'll quickly go back to me. I actually do go round him here. A little bit of contact, but it's gonna happen when we're both sort of taking a one-line groove. But I went to make the overtake, didn't quite stick it. So here we are, headed into the pits, selecting the softs. Now the pit time, I don't know if any of you play the game or have realised that the pit time is actually a little bit longer now. But that is why this strategy works out so perfectly for me. Going from the medium, you can see another car in behind me as well doing the same strat, but being that the pit stops are so much longer right now, look at where I come out. I come out so far behind the pack. You can see on the map in the top right, I come out so far behind everybody. I have so much clear air, and I've just chucked the softs on, so I can now go for it. I have no one at all. Here's actually, I'm warming up my tyres. I have no one in the vicinity of me for miles, so right now is about optimizing my track position, trying to get as far up the field as I can, and it does actually work out quite well. So now I'm just going to quickly buzz ahead because this is quite boring for me, so let's have a look up the front and see what's going on here. Ponsuki, very fast, also quite aggressive. He doesn't really like being overtaken, and he will do anything to not be overtaken, as he just proves there on the softs, and just trying to fight when honestly he probably should be yielding. So there's Beak. As you remember, I came in right behind Beak. Does he go into the pits in this lap or the next lap? Let's find out. The Megane is very sorry, I don't think it's as good on tyre wear as the 86, but it sure is still pretty competitive for tyre wear perspective. And as you can see, Lee just in behind. So the 4C got a move on Lee. Wow. No, not in the pits. Lee in the pits. All right, so he's on a very similar strat. Like I said, he goes in a lap later. So let's quickly pan back to me. Here I am. Now let's see where we come out from Lee. Lee obviously was behind us, and I've just done a lap of the soft, so let's see how far ahead I am now on Lee. Here we go, we can see he's not even, there he is, he's exiting the pit lane right now. So I've got a pretty decent margin there to Lee, and he was the closest guy behind me. So that gives me a pretty good idea of how well I'm gaining track position right now, and getting these softs up to temp. And obviously I don't want to be too brazen either, because these softs have to last me a 7-lap stint, so I can't thrash the crap out of the car and just expect the softs to stay there forever. They're a very soft compounded tyre, and they will wear out, especially with the tyre wear being ×6. It's literally lined up, so you can't do the whole race on the softs. So here we are coming up to Stevo. Stevo I see in a lot of races this week, and he's not exactly a fast driver, but from what I've seen of him, he's quite consistent. So I have no issue with Stevo at all, and very clean. I've noticed he's quite a clean driver. He doesn't like, bumping and running. He doesn't like that sort of stuff. He likes no contact at all. So I mean, I'll try my best to do that, but I know that I'm much faster than Steve at this point in the race, and also he's probably on softs, therefore maybe going in this lap. Let's have a look actually. Yeah, see, he is on softs. They're not really that worn, so, but there you go. See, he ran wide there, and I'm looking to get past him. I don't want to lose too much time. The leader is in right now. So, leader in this lap. I'm trying to get around Steve. It's just not quite working. Looking up the inside here, it will work out for me. I'm on the outside now, and Steve peels off into the pits. So, oh goodness, now I've lost me, haven't I? Need to go up a bit, because I am now, there we go, I'm now in 5th position. Okay, so the leader, which was TE 0002, he just went in from the lead and came out just ahead of me. Dyron, sorry I'm butchering all these names guys, but Dyron also has a very good race for me until the very end. He pushes on very, very nicely. So sitting in 5th and 6th here, I could see when Dyron came out of the pits, I also knew that he was on the mediums with me as well. So as you can see, he's on the softs, but he's on fresh softs, and I'm already on 2 lap old softs. So I knew he was going to be much faster than me coming out of the pit lane. So I was looking to get up to TE as fast as possible. Now TE, as far as I'm aware, yeah, he's now on the mediums as well. So he's got a much harder job of holding us both back. He is the leader. The 3 cars ahead, they still need to pit. So they haven't made their pit stop yet, and they were behind him when they came out. So he is the actual leader of this race, and I'm sat just behind him now. So I jumped, when I came into the pits, I was in 5th position, if I'm not mistaken, and now I've come out in what is theoretically 2nd position. So you can see where that strat really comes there. You see Dyron winding me in, but I'm also winding in TE at the perfect time. We're all going to be coming together. We're all going to be fighting. It's literally going to be the most beneficial to me and Dyron to come together, but mostly the most beneficial to me because I'm on the worn softs. So having us all battle and fight is going to be much better for me. Hopefully getting Dyron's tyre wear down a bit quicker. So as you can see, I'm on the outside here. And I don't know if he was turning left on me, and then here he runs me off again like I'm not even there. It's just, obviously with the penalty system as it is, which I'm honestly quite fine with. You can see me flashing, I was quite pissed off. But with the penalty system as it is, I admire it because it's bringing me back up into a level of racing which I should be at. But at the same time, it's like people are getting away with doing whatever they want at the moment. So it's, I mean, it's weigh up your options. But to me, I'm okay with having the penalty system off because it's honestly just like a real life race. If someone accidentally goes too wide on a corner and runs you off the track, you just have to deal with that. You kind of have to put up with that and just move on and see how the race will unfold. You just got to keep pushing. So right here now, I'm looking to get back past Dyron because I know, like I said, he's on the fresh tyres. I really need to, and it was a perfect opportunity to make the move here, but unfortunately I've grabbed the outside for this quick turn, so I quickly just backed off and then let him through, and I'm just going to follow him through the S's here. Sorry, I would name the turns, but I have no idea, and sorry, I would number the turns, but I have no idea. And as you can see, TE very slow. Dyron and I both on softs. We're much faster than him, and here I really thought about going on the outside of him, but as from what I saw from turn 1, I didn't want to. But now, as of now, he's holding me up, and Dyron is getting away. So I need to make a move as quickly as possible. So I literally bump draft him, heading onto the straight here, and I am just looking for any way I can get past him cleanly, and I am sure as hell not going to the outside. I want that inside him, and it just worked out well that he followed his slipstream. You see him push me back over onto the track and then just forget what braking is, and poor Dyron is just left in the middle of us, and I mean I'm running as close to the inside as I can because I took my optimal braking point to make an overtake. Like I apologise with the hazards to Dyron, and I didn't mean to do that, obviously, but what sucks is TE has just taken us out of a very good race here. I mean, obviously he hasn't taken us out of it, but Dyron should still be ahead of me right now, and as of that, he's not. So just with that aggressive style of driving, it's not really, I don't know, it's hard to explain because I love seeing aggressive drives. Like, for instance, Jordan Cox, Australian guy, in his little Civic, watching him back in the day, and just, or even in the 1200 Datsun that he drove at Bathurst 12-hour support race, he was flogging that thing around and passed people on the grass on the first lap. It's like, that is aggressive drive. I love to watch that, but I think there's a difference between aggressive and dirty. Sorry, off topic. I know I'm a bit of a blubber, but I suppose it makes up for the time right now because there's not too much going on. I'm sort of just trying to pull away from Dyron now. As I know, look at the difference between his tyres and my tyres. They're actually extremely similar. The 86 compared to the Megane, it's not even on the same level of tyre wear. Like, literally, they're identical. Anyway, so back on track. Lee, as you heard me mention multiple times here, I'm going to pan back to him quickly. He's got Beak behind him, but he has TE in front of him. He's on a very similar strap to mine. He came in a lap later than me. His tyre wear, not too bad either. He's obviously, TE we know is on mediums, so Lee's looking to make a move. Lee's looking to get up the order. This strategy is definitely something worth taking into account when you're doing this race, guys. I have to stress. Beak looking up the inside, not quite going to get there though. Lee holds him off. Beak on the softs as well. Okay, yep. So Lee now is looking to, honestly, it looks like the exact same situation as myself, Dyron, and TE here. Like, when it's literally just swapping Lee and Beak for me and Dyron. All Lee wants to do right now is get to TE as fast as he can, see if he can get around him, and then clear a further gap from Beak, because Beak goes for a move, not quite on there I don't think, but no real contact there, nothing to stress about too much. So Beak just trying to look for a way past because he knows the exact same thing. He's thinking, oh, okay, this guy wants to get around him as soon as possible, get as far ahead of me as he can, and I can't let that happen. So TE runs wide, Lee makes the most of it, look at that, straight up the inside, and Beak doesn't get through. Perfect scenario for Lee. Lee has door number 2. Wow, that's pretty cool. So there you go, guys. I just wanted to show you that because I didn't actually know that happened, but I know where Lee finishes, and he had to have had a very good race considering we were coming from 5th and 6th, and he's going to finish in 3rd. So, but I'll leave it up to the final lap now between myself and Dyron here. I've pulled out quite a lengthy margin. I believe it's almost 2 seconds, and I'm obviously my tyres aren't really too worn, but they're definitely getting up there, and I start feeling the understeer quite a bit. Dyron has, look at this, guys. Okay, perfect example. I'm on a 7-lap soft stint right now. Dyron is on a his 5th lap maybe? No, he came in, I think he came in 4th to 5th. Maybe he's on his 6th lap. Anyway, still, I have 2-lap older tyres than Dyron, and he has higher tyre wear than me. It just goes to show the 86 is just an absolute weapon when it comes to tyre wear, and I'm feeling the understeer with this much tyre wear. I can only imagine what Dyron's dealing with back here. So yeah, here we are, just the final lap now, guys. Thank you for sticking around for the whole video if you have, and I'm sorry if you can't put up with my voice. I know it is quite annoying sometimes, I get told that, but I just thought I'd give a live comm instead of just showing the footage and have some explaining and you know, give certain points, give my opinion. Yeah, and I really do say this was probably my best, and I have to say I thoroughly enjoy this combo Group 4 10 laps, Autopolis, soft and medium. It is a wicked race, guys, and if you have GT installed and you're not really liking the dailies recently, I would highly suggest jumping on for this, because there are a lot of different strategies you can mix up, and you have to use both compounded tyre. There we are, flashing the lights, moving over to the left, securing the victory from 6th position with a lot of very, very good drivers here. Lee secures his 3rd spot, so a 1st and 3rd after being 5th and 6th for Lee and myself. That's quite a tall order, considering we were racing A plus and A drivers. Actually, wait, no, Lee is an A driver. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you can. Obviously, not forcing you to. Look at that livery; it's just so sick. And hopefully, expect to see some more GT content now that I'm racing in decent competitive lobbies. I'm going to be much more motivated to make videos on this game. So, or even streams. Come by when I stream. I literally just pick whenever I want to stream. It really depends on what I'm doing. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the video again, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.